Why hello there, it is I, JaangoPops, the person that talked about a game that they really like on their channel all of one time. Back talking about Final Fantasy XIV, finally, after, like, I don't even know how long of trying to get a video out on this. The format is going to be much different than when I originally planned it, because a lot more stuff has happened since then, including me getting to Shadowbringers, as you can see here. Basically just got to Shadowbringers sometime last month, I want to say, and this is my first run through the duty that you're watching in the background here. But what I'm going to be talking about is the stuff that I should have talked about before for Endwalker, the job action trailer that actually came out, I think yesterday, a couple days ago, from the live letter, and then ending it off, I think, with just my experience with the game, because I haven't talked about it enough, and I want to talk about it because I like this game a lot. Not sure exactly what order I'm going to do it in. If you're watching the video, there's probably chapters in the description and on the time bar, or the timeline, whatever it's called, the red thing, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, no long intros. We got to get straight into it. We got to get straight into the goodness. The discussion will include some spoilers for Stormblood and Shadowbringers mostly, and then obviously we'll be talking about Endwalker, so if you're holding out on knowing details for that, don't watch this video. But also, if you're someone like me that just got to Shadowbringers, or you haven't even gotten to Stormblood yet, also don't watch this video because there will be spoilers throughout it. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. What I will do first is talk about all the stuff that I should have talked about back in May, I think it was, the live letter that happened, and whenever the official trailer dropped, that time period, that's what I'm going to talk about first. While I'm talking about it, only because it's old stuff, nothing will be on the screen, but I'll put stuff up on the screen for the job actions that dropped recently, since that's a bit more new. But anyways, I'm going to go over the trailer first, and luckily for me, I indicated in my notes absolutely no stopping point for the trailer, so I just have to remember off rip. That's good. We start off with seeing our boy on the moon. I already made the bad joke, so I won't make it again. How'd he get there? Death unto dawn? I'm not there yet, so I have no I have no idea how he's there, but he sure is there. The Warrior Light, by the way, is a gladiator, so all my gladiator mains out there, congratulations, you are officially canon. Alice is still a red mage, which is really funny. And Alphanon's the sage for this expansion. He's the new class, so you know, he got an upgrade. Alice is just Alice is maining. What can she say? Apparently Estinian and Nidhogg are like filming a new buddy cop movie. Like they're friends now. I don't know when that happened. As long as he's chill, I'm chill. But like, yeah, it seems kind of weird to me to just have him be all like up in the picture and whatnot. But like, yo, can I? Why is this game's music so good? Like just across the board. Why did the what's his name, Soken, the composer? Why he go off, bro? Like every single time, every expansion. How much music does this game have anyway? Anyways. And this is definitely where those spoilers are going to be kicking in for basically all of the game, but mainly Stormblood and Shadowbringers. So I mean, I don't know why you'd be watching an Endwalker video if you haven't played those, but I guess you're like me and you just have to watch the new stuff even if you haven't experienced it. Asahi and Xenos are back, the not very nice boys from Stormblood, and what was the other one called? A Legend Reborn? Or Returns or something like that? Asahi was that one dude. He was I almost called her Tsukiyomi. What is her name? Yotsuyu? That's her brother. Anyways, Xenos, who is not Xenos, he's Asian. Enter Asian name here. I don't remember his name, but they're back. They're doing stuff again. Why does no one stay dead? Then I think we just get like a nice little slideshow of all our friends. We see what's his name, Gratia, the cat boy, from Heavensward, I think. The Fan Urianger, right? Yustola, who's like S tier. I don't know. Is Yustola's outfit in this one? I think that's the Shadowbringers outfit, but regardless, S tier as always. And then is it Elidibus? That's Xenos? Is Elidibus? I'm gonna call him Elidibus now. He is the Reaper for this expansion, so to all of our Reaper mains, or people that are going to be maining Reaper, congratulations, you are canonically the bad guy. And speaking of Reaper, that is the melee class that was teased whenever Endwalker was announced, I actually forgot when that happened, but that is the melee class that we are getting. They intend to compete with Dark Knight to be the edgiest class in the game. They've got like a shadow homie, like another little Reaper dude. He's like he looks real cool. He's always looming. I got that from something. I don't know what though. They have like 2 different attack modes. I think I have to watch an actual like in-depth video. I can't tell from just the reveal trailer, but I'm going to guess that like the other classes that they have a gauge that probably activates when they're little homies with them, and then this like other form where their attacks are red, and then they attack at the same time as the little shadow dude. I don't know. I'm gonna have to investigate a bit more, but one thing is for sure, it looks very cool. Sucks I can't play it because I'm not a bad person. Then we've got, I think this is where we start getting into like the areas that they were showing off. First one is Old Sharlayan. I hope I'm saying that right. I think is that like Alphanod, Alisade, and Ystola's home, or just Ystola's? I can't remember. But basically that's Sharlayan that we've heard about before. I'm guessing this is where the people actually went to after they left the Sharlayan that we know, or that we saw in Stormblood. Oh god, this game's too large for me to remember all the names and all the locations. Also, you're gonna hear me say this a lot in this video, and I'm sorry, but the music is so frick. Hold on, okay. I know I'm trying to loop the music in with what's happening on the screen, because there's music that's playing during the duty, and I like that music too. But like, can I bump the old Sharlayan theme for like just a nanosecond? It's too good. It's too just hold on. Or at least I would've if technology didn't hate me. That's also why the music in the video isn't interlooped with what's happening in the duty or the story. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'll put a link in the description though. Then we've got Labyrinthos. I hope I'm saying that right too. Looks like it might be a part of Old Sharlayan. I'm not too sure. But one thing that is for sure, I love the clown music that's in it. Then Thavnir. Jesus Christ, I'm saying at least 10 of these wrong when there's only 4, I think. Thavnir looks like a docking place, like a fishing, whatever you might call it, similar to Kugane. And that music is actually good. The Labyrinthos music is really weird. I'm not gonna play it, but the Labyrinthos music is very strange. Radatzat Han solo, I mean Radzat Han. That's almost certainly connected to Thavnir. Odd thing about it though, it has the old Sharlayan music, so but it's like remixed kind of. I don't know. Again, I like that. I'm sorry, you're gonna hear me say that a lot. I really like this game's music. It's really good. It's really good. And last but most certainly not least for the locations, the literal fucking moon that we see ourselves on at the very beginning of the trailer. I think it's called Mar Lementorum, sorry. Is that actually Latin? Like, I know that the Torum like looks Latin. I don't know if it actually means anything though. But yeah, I thought it was just gonna be like the moon. I guess I should have figured that there would be stuff on the moon, but it looked like there was actually like a building and some sort of like, not a civilization, but something that crash landed on it, or so, I don't know. It's the moon, and there's stuff on it. Maybe the moon people are real. Maybe we should have listened to them. There's a mode, I think it is, called Dungeon Crawl. I'm going to assume that that's similar to Heaven on High slash. What is the trials thing called? It's like where you go through a bunch of It's a popular leveling tactic. I forgot exactly what it's called. The one I'm familiar with is Heaven on High, because I think that's the newest one. There's a train. There's like a train station. It's got some nice music. I want to say it's like Star Wars. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that, but it sounds like imperialistic, if that makes sense. I don't know a better way to describe it. It's good. It's good. Like all the other music, it's good. There's a new mount called Aryan, I think. And I'm pretty sure it's a Pegasus. It's a horse with wings. I think those are always Pegasi. Pegasus. Anyway, they put bunny boys in the game. You know the Viera, that race that's like bunny girls, and like exclusively bunny girls in the game currently. They put boys. There's bunny boys too. I honestly wasn't expecting them to do that. I thought they were just going to be exclusive races. That in the, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'll give it a shot. Not right now though. But I thought it was just going to be the Vieira and that other cat race. You know what I'm talking about. That were exclusive, but apparently they put the bunny boys up in the game. That's good. Shouts out to I want to say Zepla, right? Zepla HQ. Is this a Final Fantasy XIV creator that's a big fan of the Vieira? I'm sure she popped off when the bunny boys were announced. But anywho, I did some research on why the Vieira are exclusively bunny girl in this game, bunny girls rather. Apparently the Vieira are 80% female and 20% male, so the males are just rare. And similar to the, I'm gonna give it a shot, Rothgar. I'm gonna go with that. If it's wrong, sue me. Similar to the Rothgar, they serve a queen, or at least a tribe of them serves a queen, and the females are just rarely seen. So maybe there's potential for female Rothgar. Jesus Christ. Maybe there's potential for female Rothgars. I'm not holding my breath, but honestly, I'd be fine either way, because I play exactly one character, but I make characters quite regularly because I like the customization in this game. It's very good. This game's very good. Have I mentioned that I like this game? Last but not least, for the old information, is the Endwalker benchmark. Are you, like me, operating off a barely functional, constantly baking potato? Well, now you can see if your potato is actually strong enough to handle Final Fantasy XIV. I'm sure most people are playing on PC and know like if they can actually run it or not. But for someone like me that's playing on PS4 and wants to play on PC but can't yet because I'm running on a potato, or someone that's getting into the game and might have a PC that actually can run it, this is a pretty great thing, and it looks pretty cool. Like, you're not supposed to look at a benchmark because it looks neat, but like the fight that happens during that part it's pretty sick. I think you fight Xenos too. Like it shows off something that I suppose happens in Endwalker? I don't know. Or is supposed to happen in Endwalker? Is this... Anywho, the benchmark, that's good. I'm not going to use it because I already know my potato can't run it. But if you are interested in getting the game, or maybe you already have the game and you're getting it on PC like me, whatever the benchmark may be useful for to you, check that out because that is available now. Alright, now that's everything that was said back like months ago that I should have talked about. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into the new stuff that we actually care about. That is the Endwalker Job Actions. When it comes to the Endwalker Job Actions, there is a lot of stuff. Not going to hold you, there is a bunch of stuff. What I'm going to do is just go over the specific job actions for the classifications like tank, healer, DPS, and the actual roles themselves. As for all of the other like more in-depth combat stuff, I will leave a link below because I don't want this video to be too long, and trust me, there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of changes, and if I'm being even more real, I main warrior, as you can see, and that's pretty much the only class that I actively play, so some of these changes mean nothing to me, but I will read them anyways because some of them are pretty cool even though I don't understand them fully. Now I promise I don't have bias, this is just the article I'm reading it from. Starts off with tanks. Using defensive enhancements at optimal times will grant greater benefits. I'm going to guess that means like mitigation and stuff like that. Adjustments will ensure combos are not broken by ranged attack, which is absolutely S tier for me personally. It's very fun when I have to run away from an attack and interrupt my combo and resort to tomahawking, and then I lose the combo. So I'm actually extremely glad that this is a thing that's being changed. I think it would have been fine to not change, but I'm certainly not complaining about them changing it. And then finally, for tanks in general, parity between physical and magical attributes of weapons at the same level, or no, same item level, sorry. So I'm assuming that it's going to basically just level out how much like magic and physical damage you do. I'm not sure exactly what it means by attributes. I'd have to watch the entire letter to get that. Well, not the entire letter, but that part of the letter to get that. But anyway, again, I'm just going to go through these. Even for Warrior, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Paladin, Resquiat, oh god, is that how you say it? Will now be equally effective regardless of remaining MP. I'm guessing if you have more MP, you'll have a better effect. I don't play Paladin. I just said I wasn't going to spend time with it. Okay, a 3-attack combo starting with Confitor, whoa, added. So there's a new combo. And Gap Closer have been given 5 extra Yalms. God damn, that's a lot of Yalms. For Warrior, like your boy, damage up effects can be triggered by AoE combos. So, oh, I almost said the buttons that I use. That's not going to be helpful to you. I need to remember the skill names, which I don't. Onslaught and Upheaval, that's 2 of the skills that are not. No, I think, is Onslaught? No, anyways, Onslaught and Upheaval will not drain the beast gauge, so you can use Onslaught and Upheaval without taking anything from your beast gauge, which will probably be used for, I think, Felled Cleave, and I forgot what the AoE one is called, but those moves, as well as the rush attack that you can do, I forgot that one too. And new action to be added during inner release. They didn't say exactly what, I don't believe, but that's a thing I can stay tuned for personally. Salted Earth will now be, excuse me, for Dark Knight, I just moved on. Salted Earth will now affect the area immediately around you and make a new action available. I'm guessing that's going to be sort of like a combo thing that's from an AoE. Your skill, ooh, Simulacrum, goddamn, will gain new actions you acquire. I'm guessing that means like another sort of combo thing. I'm not entirely sure. And Plunge getting a 5 Yalm extension. A lot of Yalm extensions, man. Shout out to the Yalms. And for Gunbreaker, finally, for the tanks, Savage Claw and Wicked Talon will now swap in Gnash and Fang on the hotbar, reducing the number of inputs. Continuation can be used following Burst Strike. Cartridges will now be increased to 3. And the Gap Closer has been increased to match the other tank jobs. So I think that means an extra 5 Yalms for you too. Shouts out to all the tanks getting some Yalms in there. Now, just looking at this DPS section, I am terrified. Even going over the general DPS changes is much shorter than a lot of the singular changes. So I'm just gonna go straight through them and hope that you can keep up. Feint will now reduce magical damage, but will be less potent than its effect on physical damage. Adjustments will ensure combos are not broken by ranged attacks. Parity between physical, oh, that's the one that happened for tanks. Parity between physical and magical attributes of weapons on the same eye level. I'm guessing are going to be balanced out. For Dragoon, your AoE rotation has been expanded. There will be a new action available upon successful execution of weapon skill combo rotation. Blood of the Dragon will become a trait. Spine Shatter Dive, sorry, will now, ooh, has 2 charges. I don't play Dragoon, but I think that means it's good. Lance Charge will be 60 seconds, and Battle Litany will be 120 seconds. I remember that was a thing that I'll mention about the general battle changes. The cooldowns are being changed, but that'll probably be better to explain class to class. But anyways, moving on to Monk. Chakras will be unlocked at a lower level. When conditions are fulfilled, Perfect Balance will allow for execution of a Masterful Blitz. The Blitz can be charged depending on weapon skill used, excuse me. Perfect Balance will have 2 stacks, and Shoulder Tackle will be replaced with another Gap Closer. Oh, god damn it. No, what the fuck else is this now? What I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted is that Shoulder Tackle can be replaced with another Gap Closer that can target a party member. I can think that's sort of like, I forgot what healer has it, but there's a healer that has like a pull ability that's saved my ass multiple times from tank busters and things of the sort. So, well, not tank busters because I take those, but like attacks that I should not have been in the middle of. I've been saved by pulls a lot, so shout out to the healers, by the way. Moving on to Samurai, the effects of Jinpu and Shifu, sorry, not Shinfu, can now be applied by AoE combos. New actions in vein of Iai Jutsu and Tsubame Gaishi will be available. I'm guessing those are like combos. I'm not sure. Uh, Mekyo Shisu. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mekyo Shisu has 2 charges. So a lot of the DPS things seem to be like increasing charges. I'm sorry I butchered a lot of those names, but anywho. Actions linked to Raiton, Doton, and Huton for the ninja, by the way. I keep forgetting to announce that I'm changing. Will be added. New actions will be applied to Hunton, and then Shadowfang will now... Oh, Shadowfang will be removed. I wonder why that is. I'm not sure what Shadowfang is, but yeah, you're not using it anymore. If you're a ninja, I apologize. And then for the Reaper, that's our new class. Let's talk about them a little bit more. They use their scythe attached to... Oh, in tandem with their avatar, and can serve as the avatar's vessel to unleash more powerful attacks. So that's that secondary mode that I think I was talking about, where you like combine with them and your attacks become red. Anywho, ability to grant enhancement to parties, so they've got some buffs too. Unique and specialized actions give them the edge in specific situations. I have no clue what that means. Soul Gauge, so I was right, there's a gauge, but every class is a gauge, I shouldn't have been surprised. Soul Gauge charged to unleash different attacks, and skews towards pure melee, but not the lever of Samurai. So basically, Samurai is like, they just get next to things and hit them, but I'm guessing that they sort of have a range thing similar to Dark Knight, where like they can do some things from range, but a lot of their combat is going to be up close and personal. So that's everything for the melee DPS. For the physical range DPS, starting off with the Bard. This sentence is not worded very well, but I'm going to say that the 3 songs include a new party-wide buff or enhancement. New actions will be available using Apex Arrow, and Wanderer's Minute will be a 120-second cooldown, excuse me. For the Machinist, there's a new mechanical themed action called Chainsaw, a new action for the Automaton Queen, which I think is like something that they can summon, and then Reassemble has 2 charges. For Dancer, weapon skill effects such as Flourish, Cascade will now be shared across single target and AoE skills. New actions will be available upon using Technical Finish, Improvisation, and Devilment. Fewer button prompts, and a Spirit will now be guaranteed. So I'm guessing that's a buff or something. I need to stop adding on to this. I don't know these classes. Moving on to Magical DPS. For the Magical DPS, Addo will now reduce physical damage, but will be less potent than its effect on magical damage, which I think is similar to one of the things for the tanks, but anywho, Chain for the Black Mage will become a trait automatically applied while under the effects of Astral Fire and Umbral Ice. Under certain conditions, swapping between Astral Fire and Umbral Ice will make a new action available. Not sure exactly what yet. Proc cooldowns have been extended. Fire 2 and Blizzard 2 are going to have enhancements so that your AoE rotation will change. And then another charge action has been added. Again, not too sure what that one is. Red Mage, new actions will be added upon execution of Scorch. For Flare, Verholy, and Scorch will be changed to AoEs. Oh, that's interesting. Can be used in AoE rotation. A defensive party-wide enhancement will be added. Adjustments to black and white mana where weapon skills will require less. I'm assuming of either the black or white mana, depending on how much you have. Increase white and black mana acquisition, and displacement and engagement potencies will be the same. I don't know why that's the thing that they included, but that's not changing. Your displacement and engagement potency are the exact same. And then for Summoner, which is our last DPS here, who I think has gotten like the biggest overhaul. Seen a lot of people popping off about how Summoner is a summoner now, so that's good. Another overhaul with significant changes to try and bring out the feeling of a traditional summoner. There you go. Actions applying damage over time are removed. Ability to summon Ifrit, Garuda, and Titan, not just Aegis, so you have more summons, that makes sense. Augments abilities with elemental primals, elemental primal properties, excuse me. It's a lot of words right there. After Bahamut phase, once you deplete all elemental properties, you can summon Phoenix after that, refreshing the elemental phase. A lot more mobility, that's good, you can move more. and Ruin 4, I think that is procced with Energy Drain. And that's it for the DPS. Now we're getting into the healers, and this section has been quite long, so I'm going to kind of speed past this. Excuse me if I miss anything. And last but almost certainly not least, the healers. Be sure to commend your healers when you're in duties. But anyways, new actions that apply single target buffs will be added to each healer. Cast time for offensive spells will be reduced, and limit break area of effects will be expanded to 50 meters. Should have said 50 yalms, that would have been funny. Anyways, White Mage. Functionally and visually distinct restorative field action will be added. Higher tier Holy will contribute to ally. Wait, I don't think I'm saying that right. It might be allies, it might be something else. Anyways, Fluid Aura is they got rid of Fluid Aura. You're out of here. Divine Benison will become a charge action. For Astrologian, Diurnal, what the hell is a Diurnal Sect, and Nocturnal Sect will be removed. Basic healing actions will be adjusted to have Diurnal Sect. Neutral Sect will still give a barrier action. Divination will be changed to seals used for enhancements applied to self. Redraw won't have stacks. Minor Arcana change, and another AoE spell that acts very similar to Earthly Star. Scholar, not very much changes, but an action to increase your movement speed during combat, and powerful enhancements to a single party member. I'm guessing that's a new ability that's going to be added. And then last but not least, the new class, which is the healer class, Sage, is a barrier healer. I remember they were saying that healers are going to be split into like barrier and traditional healer. I don't know exactly what that means, but anywho, they're able to attack enemies and heal designated party members simultaneously. God damn. Draws upon unique resources for healing / enhancements and attack magic. Can modify actions to covert it into a damage over time. I'm guessing that's what that's supposed to mean. Like you can, convert it into a damage over time. It's a little bit of a spelling error in this article, but it's okay. My brain has spelling errors all the time. Accumulates a resource over time to execute instant barriers, and has a gap closer, which is neat because I don't think, do any of the healers have gap closers? I don't know. Anywho, now we are finally through the very specific changes to the classes and jobs in particular, excuse me. Now, this is technically the end of the video, but I'm gonna talk for just a little bit longer if that's okay. So although that is the end of the video where I'm talking about Final Fantasy stuff, I'm actually going to continue on for just a little bit to talk about my own experience with Final Fantasy. If you were just here for any of the stuff that was in the job action trailer, or if you just wanted to hear about the stuff from back in May for whatever reason, thank you for watching. Appreciate it very much. But if you're sticking around, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about the game because I like it a lot. So I just started Shadowbringers not too long ago. And in this first duty, I really should say in the world itself, because I like to just randomly fight like mobs that are in the world, especially if they get aggroed to me. But anyways, just going around the world, I can like, it feels different because I'm kind of the asshole that goes around and does side quests and like gets over leveled, and I am slightly over leveled for the stuff that I was doing beforehand, like all the way up to a Legend Returns even, or Reborn, whichever it is. And just being able to like go in the world and like throw my axe at something and like have it actually maybe kill me is very interesting. I don't think I want to be under the looming threat of death, but it is interesting to know that I can't just like pull 10,000 enemies on me for no reason because I'm having fun in the open world. But in this duty even, like it felt much more, I don't even know how to describe it. It just felt different to like, it felt more difficult, if that makes sense. Like the, I'm recording this like in a voice recorder right now, so I don't know, I don't know what part of the video you're at, but for the mid bosses and for the final boss especially, just the mechanics like seem so much more insane and like, I want to say hard to keep up with, but not in a bad way, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot going on. It requires your attention. It requires dare I say, skill. I don't want to sound like I'm skilled, but it requires some amount of skill and like awareness. Like you can't just walk up to something and smack it and like run away from it every 5 seconds. Like the first Sin Eater, the like Pegasus chick with the sword, that I was like laughing every 10 seconds trying to avoid whatever crazy shit she was doing, because there's just every other second there's just that orange light on the ground that spells death, and there's lights going this way and they intersect, and if you're standing in the wrong place you're gonna get hit twice and you won't even notice it. She's got this like huge cone attack when she goes to one place after rushing with the blue attack thing. Like it's fucking crazy, and it's so fun. It's crazy and it's so fun. I think the thing about it, it's not necessarily that it's harder, if that makes sense. Like I need to find some better way to explain it. It's not, I guess it's more engaging, and that's what makes it fun. Like, not to say that I've ever been bored with the game, because I wouldn't have played it up until Shadowbringers if I was bored with it, but like just being able to have a boss that makes it so I have to move around a lot and like be aware of what their next attack is definitely different. Not to say that I haven't had that at all through the game, but having that be like the first duty feels sort of like a stage setter, if you will, for Shadowbringers. Sort of like how Danganronpa 1, I don't know why I'm bringing this up now, but sort of like how Danganronpa 1 is like kind of fucked up, which is good because it sets the stage for the rest of the series, which is also fucked up. Although Ultra Sparrows is definitely worse, but way off topic, what am I on about? So yeah, I think it's just a lot more engaging this time around, or maybe it's just like the boss in particular, but regardless, I'm having more fun with it. And the story, I don't even think I need to talk about the story, right? If you're here, and if you're still here, I don't think I need to go on about this story and rave about it. It's great. I don't know. I heard the same warnings. I got back into the game, not back into, but I got into the game around 2018 or 19. Didn't start really playing it until 2020, to be fair. But when I first tried the game out was in either 18 or 19. I'm gonna say 19 to be safe. And I heard the same thing about A Realm Reborn kind of being like a slog, something you gotta like slog through, and something that's like mid, but it's like the growing pains of the game, if you will. Like you get past A Realm Reborn, and then you get to the good stuff, right? And while I agree that like A Realm Reborn, the Heavensward is a crazy ass jump in quality, like the voice acting's better, the story's better. I can't really speak for the gameplay too much. I feel like the gameplay didn't change all that much, but I wasn't there from A Realm Reborn. Obviously, I'm coming from the perspective, excuse me, of someone that's been playing it when Shadowbringers is already out. But anywho, the jump in quality from A Realm Reborn to Heavensward is crazy, and it's pretty much a consistent jump in my opinion. Like, people say that Heavensward is the best expansion, and I think, this is just my opinion here, because I love Heavensward, but I think that that's people coming from the angle of looking at A Realm Reborn, or people that were playing since A Realm Reborn and had Heavensward as their first expansion. Because in my opinion, I think Stormblood is better, but that's just because I think the game has constantly grown in quality. People are going off about Shadowbringers, and some people think that Shadowbringers is the best expansion. I'm sure by the end of it I'll agree, because I think the game just constantly gets better, which is an absolutely incredible thing. That should be commended. I'm not gonna bring up any other companies that might be having that might have MMORPGs that are not so great and are having a much deserved migration away from them, but I'm not gonna talk about that now. The music, again, I've talked, I don't even know how many times in that first section about how good the music is. Just I don't even need to say anything more. Like, just all around the music is outstanding. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but the Endwalker trailer has its own like theme soundtrack thing at the beginning, but throughout the trailer, and this shit is like throughout the trailer, there's like I don't want to say remixes, but there's like essentially these songs of the other expansions appear, and that shit to me, like when games reference music from previous games, or I guess in this case from previous expansions, I can't, bro. I cannot. This game is honestly incredible in my opinion. I'm coming from the perspective of someone that's played MMOs very, very casually. Even now, I still play it casually. This is the one I probably invested the most time into, other than Toontown. And yes, that does count. Yes, Toontown counts. This is probably the one I've invested the most time into, and it's certainly been worth it. Just from the story to the gameplay to the music, everything about this, and the community. Let me not forget that, right? The community for this game is incredible. There's a bit of a misconception that it's extremely positive at all times, and that's not necessarily true, right? What community can possibly be positive at all times? But I've had pretty all-around great experience with the community as a whole, and just all of it really, like everything about the game and the people that enjoy it and play it and like keep it alive has been something that's pretty great. So I'm gonna end this now because I'm just gonna keep rambling more. What I wanted to say essentially was just that I'm having a lot of fun with Shadowbringers so far, and I hope that this increase in engagement when it comes to the bosses, or really to the duties themselves, that requires me to think on my feet and makes me laugh at how overwhelmed I am. I hope that keeps up. But anyways, I'm rambling just like I said I was going to. Thank you for watching up to this point if you already have. I don't really know how to end the video other than saying when Endwalker comes out, I don't know how I'm going to cover it or if I'm going to cover it, because it seems like every time I have the plan to stream something or play it long term for the channel, something goes wrong because my abusive relationship with technology will never die. So maybe I'll just talk about it in retrospect. Maybe you'll see some videos up on the channel of me just playing it and seeing my first reactions, things that are happening, because this will be basically the first time and the only time, because it's the last expansion, but the first time I'm going into this 100 trillion% blind, unaware of anything that's going to really happen, just like other people. But it's fun to be a part of that sort of new expansion hype thing. I don't know what I would call it. It's fun to not know what's going to happen or to not have an idea of where the story goes. So yeah, I hope you'll join me for whenever Endwalker comes out in November, however I may cover it, whatever it may be. Thank you so much for watching. I am still rambling even as I try to end the video. Outros are not my strong suit. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Also, what's happening on screen right now is the very end of the duty, so if you'd like to actually experience some of the music that I've been talking about throughout this video but haven't been able to play because, again, technology hates me, and if you want to see the last little cutscene at the end, stick around. Although, to be warned, again, because technology hates me, when characters start talking in the final cutscene, there's an echo, so sorry about that. But if you want to watch before the echo happens, enjoy the rest of this boss fight. And again, thank you for watching.
It's releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
That will not be necessary, Captain. Though I appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption. The blessing of light, and the hero who wields it now stands before you. Behold, the monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
It's so beautiful. The sunless sea. The warrior of darkness has come.
Is that what I think it is?
The night sky, as it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true. My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin-Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, The other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed. But for the present, I beg you stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the wardens and restore darkness to the first. On behalf of the first, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exarch, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villages and make our way back to the Crystarium.